Hey friends, Paloma here and welcome to the Bates House. Today we are going to be taking a look at part 3 of the Vintage Christmas Decor home tour. In the previous video, we took a look at the other side of this fireplace. So this is a see-through fireplace on this side, and the house kind of wraps around the fireplace, if that makes any sense. This space actually went through a little flip around because I found this Christmas tree for $12.50 while thrifting the other day, so I had to work it in to this space. Since I did not anticipate bringing another full-size tree into the house, I kind of just pulled all of my scraps together. I added some picks, some berries, some pine cones, some plastic oranges from the Hobby Lobby garland. I just cut them up and made them into individual little ornaments. And this tree is right off to the side of the small breakfast table, dining table that the boys will sit at when they have their snacks. Believe it or not, I actually found this table on Marketplace for $50, and I don't think that they knew it, but this table expanded to 12 feet long. I used it for so many parties, but it's become weak over time, so I took the drop leaves off and I just use it as a small table now. The chairs were all thrifted and burned. I don't really like to pay more than maybe $7 for a chair, and I think these were about $5 burned and just sealed, and they look awesome in that little area. Of course, just like any other hutch in my house, I will decorate the top and the fronts of the doors to kind of coordinate all of the seasonal decor into the space. Now in this space, we do have our bar, so I do kind of like to keep it a little more old worldly vibe as far as decor goes. So there's not a lot of fun, frilly, Christmassy things in this space. Along the top, I did layer some garland, picks with berries, candles, ceramics, and brass, along with this gorgeous wood sign, and just made it look a little fun. I do love the Hobby Lobby orange garland. It's one of my favorite things that they've had, and I don't mind using it in the more fun, frilly Christmas areas as well as the old worldly kind of vibe areas. In the corner, I have a corner cabinet that I thrifted from Goodwill for $40. I brought it home, completely burned it, and it stores our vintage ice buckets and goblets and really cute things that are bar related, because this little corner transitions to the actual bar area that we have. On the bottom, I just have a little plant stand that holds 2 cases of silver cups and silver stemware. On top of that, I just have some decor and a lamp that says fresh eggs. I don't know if you saw this in one of my hauls, but I could not leave this lamp because it was just so different and I loved it. I have some red transferware on the walls. I usually change this out for the season, and it's also where I keep my pot lids year round. On the top, we have a little bit of the same concept, just throwing in some picks and berries, some textured pieces to just add a little draping across the top of the cabinet. And since this shelf is actually transitioning into the bar area, I have some bar decanters and accessories on the top of the hutch as well. On the wall of this area, I have this really cute wood wine rack where you can store your goblets or your stemware along with some wine bottles, but I kind of modified it and made it more of a liquor plus stemware plus accessories kind of shelf, and I absolutely love it. It was a light brown color and I burned it to coordinate with everything else because burned wood is our signature here and we love it. In the windowsill, I have some pretty cool old bottles that are etched with liquors on the front, and I love that it's in this little area because it kind of gives it like that bar vibe. And then I drape some garland and goodies on the window just to add that fun, festive color and texture and tie it all into this space. One of my favorite wall pieces has to be the mug rack, trinket rack style shelving. I love these racks that anytime I can score them for an amazing price, I will snag them. I won't pay retail or resale on any of them because I've come across many for just a few bucks, but I love to put them onto the wall and just stack them with fun decorative pieces like I've done here. You can use the top for stuff. You can use the actual shelves for stuff. I have some that I use for functional decor where I will tie in little brass or decorative glass pieces and I will use it to store my soap as it dries whenever I make my soap. So these just have so many useful purposes and I would absolutely recommend grabbing them whenever you can find them. Another bar-related decorative furniture piece that I have in this space is the vintage bar globe. Now, it's not practical for everyday use unless you have a specific small spot for it, but it is fantastic on the side of your bar area to hold your fillers. If you have some sodas or some soda waters, any water beverages that you want to keep by the bar for mixing, it's a fantastic storage space for that because all of those are prepackaged and not cute, and the globe will keep it cute. And some of you are actually curious about the TV. Like, do we have a TV? Yes, we do. It's right off to the side of this area. It's right in front of our couches, and there's a dresser underneath it. It's nothing fancy or crazy, no crazy concept layout. It's a functional space, and we live in it. Next, we'll take a look at the fireplace side. So on the top mantle, I just have a little collection of nutcrackers or nutcracker style decor. And that's because Boogie actually started the nutcracker collection and he just kind of built on it. I also have some empty stockings. These are decorative only because they're right above the couch and that would smack us in the head if we put anything in them. Off to the side of this seating area is my fantastic, magical Christmas tree. This tree was a birthday gift from the hubby 6 years ago. When we first moved into this house, we were scraping by. If you know the history of how and why we refurbished and did the things that we did to the house the way we did is because we were on a teeny tiny budget. And this house has 22-foot ceilings in the front of the house. So a smaller tree does not make a lot of sense in the space where the tree was going to go. It would just look kind of tiny and we couldn't afford to just waste that kind of money every year to get a nice sized tree. So we compared prices and I told the hubby one day walking through Home Depot that if I could have a fake tree, it would absolutely be this tree. I took a selfie with it. I was absolutely joking. I never anticipated he would buy it. And he came around the corner dragging this ginormous Christmas tree. And it has officially paid for itself this year. When you buy a fresh tree, which is what we were used to, you're paying about $150 to get anything substantial. Well, that's not in our annual budget. So we decided that paying out one time for a great tree was the better financial decision. And if we decided to get a real tree and pop it in somewhere else in the house, we could absolutely do that. But this tree has been everything to me that I needed it to be, and it is full of gorgeous vintage ornaments, gorgeous ornaments from my friends, some that my friend made. Like, it is so big that I can just fill it with amazing vintage treasures. So one of the traditions with the tree is the tree and all the Christmas decor come out on my birthday. It's everybody in the house birthday gift to me. They pull all the Christmas decor out, we get the tree up, we do all of the different things, and nobody complains because it's mom's birthday gift. I absolutely love having my tree out as long as possible. I love having the decor completely done within a week so that we can be in a cozy, warm environment when it gets gloomy and sad outside. Also on the tree, I like to hang candy canes. They can come up, grab a candy cane whenever they want. Of course, not getting ridiculous with it. We got to establish healthy boundaries with sugar and candy and things like that. So I covered the tree with candy canes and they come up and grab one when they want a candy cane. And having a house full of boys, it's just a simple way to encourage them to come out into the Christmassy kind of areas and enjoy the space. If the candy canes are on the tree, they have to come to the tree and kind of admire the tree and the space that it's in and just kind of feel the vibe, even though they may not process that it will stick with them in their futures and kind of create small traditions in their own lives. Well, friends, I feel like it's a good time, since we're nearing the end of this video, to answer some questions from the last video. First one was the TV situation. It's a simple setup. It's a really big TV, so there's not much you can do with it, but put it on its own wall, and the dresser underneath it actually stores all of my serving utensils and parts and pieces. The next question was, where do I store all of my seasonal decor? So I addressed this in the last video where I explained that I don't have much seasonal decor for any other season. Christmas is where I am just outrageous and have no regrets. So for Christmas, I do get a lot of plastic wrap, a lot of grocery bags from my friends and neighbors because they don't like to just throw it all away. So they do leave me packaging and wrap and stuff like that from my eBay store to store inventory. And I use that to wrap a lot of the glass or breakables, and I just stuff them into coordinating bins. It's very simple. One affordable DIY I do have for you, or kind of repurpose idea, is using Dollar Tree cupcake containers to store your ornaments. If you want to be able to see your ornaments and have them in one little container that you can stack and store, absolutely use the Dollar Tree containers. I would fill them and then stack them and just wrap them from top to bottom with some shipping tape, which is the clear tape. And then it goes all into your storage space vertically, so it doesn't take a lot of space from left to right. And it's a great idea for storing a lot of product. So cupcake containers put together with shipping tape, then you just cut that off for the next year. And it's a great idea. I show it on my Instagram all the time, but I would absolutely suggest Dollar Tree cupcake containers for ornament storage. The next question is, how do I keep it so neat and clean? We live in our spaces, so we just clean as we go. But anytime that I change an area or add decorative elements to an area, I just give it a good wipe down and then add. That's pretty much it. It's really not that hard to maintain a lot of stuff. Alrighty, friends, so that is it for the questions, and we are at the end of our vintage Christmas decor home tour. I do hope that you enjoyed this 3-part mini series. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and comment down below. Let me know which space in the house or in these tours was your favorite. Of course, interacting with the channel is the most important part for our growth. You can share this video with anybody that wants some creative vintage decor inspiration. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell on your way out to be notified of new videos whenever I post. I do thrift hauls, some random spontaneous videos like these, and other content. You can follow me on my Instagram for real-time life updates and things that I'm doing at the Bates House, hashtag Bates House, pretty much anything, and we will be there. But for now, guys, that is it for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!